My name is Bob Hughes, and I'm so happy to be able to share my story with you today. I think it starts back when I was 7 years old. I knelt down in the little living room of our home in Southwest Washington. My mom helped me pray, and I gave my life to Christ at that time. I'm the youngest of 6 boys, and my dad had an 8th grade education and worked in a lumber mill. I was raised on a farm, and we kind of had meager circumstances, but God was faithful to me and led me through my childhood growing up. I was able to go to college and was blessed to be able to do that. I was baptized when I was 19, and then I went to work traveling around the world in my 20s and kind of drifted away from the Lord at that point. But I met my wife, Diane. We got married in 1996, and in 98 my son was born. And I remember coming home from the hospital and looking in the mirror and realizing that I had an intense love for this child that was just born who really didn't know me at all. And that same love was the same love that Jesus had for me when he died on the cross for my sins. And just realized that I needed to come back to the Lord and trust him with my life. And I've tried to walk with him since that time. And my wife and I began attending church regularly, and then our daughter Katrina was born, and we made church a priority and worshiping the Lord a priority in our lives. In 2004, I was able to give my life in service to him through a singing ministry. We actually were able to travel in California, and for the next 19 years, I was able to sing and go to church services and introduce people to Christ and encourage people in their walk to Christ and remind them that heaven is a real place for believers, and there's no fear in death in this world, that we can, thanks to Christ's sacrifice on the cross for us, that we can look forward to a wonderful future and an eternity in heaven, and we don't need to fear death. You know, I've always been pretty healthy all my life, rarely went to the doctor, and started having these really serious pains in my stomach, and went to the doctor, and they tested me for allergies and all kinds of different things, and it finally just became really intense. One morning, I spent the night with severe pain and went to the emergency room on December 21st, and it turns out that I had a tumor that was blocking my intestine. And that kind of explained why in the previous 30 days I had lost 10 pounds. But they rushed me into the hospital, and during that time in the hospital, the church at Antioch just really expressed their love to me in ways I can't hardly imagine and comprehend. Many in the church were praying that I'd be able to get through that ordeal, and so they took me out of surgery, and I had a tumor that had been blocking my intestine, and the doctor came to me and said that I had stage 4 cancer, which is not something anybody really wants to hear. But we met with the surgeon afterwards, and he referred me to an oncologist. But before I actually had the chance to go and see and get treatment for that cancer, a week later, I ended up back in the hospital. I had a fever and went back into surgery and needed to have my colon removed. And that turned into sepsis, and I got septic shock, which meant my intestinal and my important organs in my body started shutting down. And, you know, I've read that only 2 out of 10 people that actually have that happen to them actually come out of the hospital and survive that ordeal. And I spent 2 weeks in intensive care. But during that entire time, I had people all over that were praying for me. Not only the people from the church, the pastoral staff from the church that were praying for me, but our small group and even people in California that I had met, and family from Michigan and Washington. Hundreds of people were praying for me. And, you know, just like Hezekiah in the Bible, that was given a death sentence and prayed that God would give him more life on this earth. Jesus heard those prayers, and I think saved my life and gave me a testimony that I'm still alive today, that I'm able to share with you. After 2 months in the hospital, I still have cancer, but God wasn't done with me yet, and gave me a wonderful testimony that I could share with others. I'm really looking forward to heaven, but I'm also looking forward to the rest of my years on this earth, that I can share the love of Christ with others, just as he let others share his love with me.
I love you, Lord. Oh, your mercy never fails me. All my days I've been held in your hands. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. I love your voice. You have led me through the fire in darkest night. You are close like no other. I've known you as a father. I've known you as a friend. And I have lived in the goodness of God. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am I will sing of the goodness of God. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I'm surrendered now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I'm surrendered now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I'm gonna sing of the goodness of God.